be seeing pleasant good afternoon as we get set to bring you football from the Isidoro Beaton Stadium here in Belmopan. It's the 21st Codicader Games, and we're in the closing of this year's Codicader Games. It's the 21st, I must mention that. As we're in the broadcast booth, I will be joined momentarily by our commentator, Mr. Winston Cote Martinez. But it is a pleasure to be coming to you from the Isidoro Beaton Stadium to bring you this game between Panama and El Salvador in the U12 category. Winston, a pleasant good afternoon, and once again, it's a pleasure to be here at the Isidoro Beaton Stadium. This time we are working the Codicader. It's the under 12 primary school Central American competition.
Yes, very good afternoon as well. We'd like to say good afternoon to the fans at home. Looking at this game, the Codicader games, and the game is off already. I'd just like to quickly call out the roster for El Salvador. Juan Montalvo, number 25. Jose Maruche, number 4. Mateas Sebastian, number 8. Rodrigo Mejia, number 9. Javier Olivares, number 19. Miguel Palomo, number 10. Adrian Zabane, number 12. And for Panama, it's Stanley Moran with 0. Edgar Gomez, number 5. Cesar Gabriel, number 4. Edward Gomez, number 10. Arturo Brown, number 12. Jesus Olmedo, number 1. And Abdul Mintel for number 9. So that's a roster for the both teams here. As we can see, Panama is dressed up in
Panama is in the red and Salvador in the blue.
the blue and red. Full red for Panama. All right, and they have their big logo on it as well. It's going to be a goal kick in favor for Panama. And the games are being played at 12 minutes each quarter. We have 4 quarters playing, and it's going to be 12 minutes per quarter. That's the Codicader rules that is being applied here. All right, Panama tries to get the ball into action as number 9 tries to switch that ball around. Goalkeeper comes out to collect quickly as the Panamanian team is already on the aggressive side.
Yesterday, Panama went up against Belize and they drew that game 2 goals apiece. And after the game, you should have saw the Panamanian team, how the players was crying after a draw. They took it so hard that the entire team was in tears after that game.
Yes, like I mentioned, somebody was saying about participating, but these guys are really participating competitively, and that is what you must always bring to the table, a level of competitiveness, so that you know that your whichever team you go up against or whichever country you go to, they will respect you because for your competitiveness, not just for participating.
And even in the win yesterday for El Salvador, when El Salvador won yesterday, even some of the players were crying after the victory. Even the parents that was in the bleachers, they were tearing up with their kid, and it was just a tear of joy for winning that game. But the passion that you experience at this level, under 12, internationally, Central America, that the contingent of people that follows these young kids, how passionate they are. If you have the opportunity to be in the bleachers, you will see what I'm talking about. You will hear what I'm talking about. Because from the first whistle to the final whistle, they are so emotional and so, motivating the kids that is out there on the pitch.
Yes, Ray, that's so true what you mentioned because that is part of the support that the parents give to their child while they come to play,
Should we
And
should we call it a support or is it a culture? I,
well,
I would more believe
yeah,
it's a culture,
that's
and
true.
that's the culture that is lacking here in Belize.
That is correct, Ray. That's more they have that have been instilled in them from a very early childhood age, and that is why they become so competitive. Whenever we go to play ball, you see us coming back with a whole truckload because that is what we are lacking as big players. I mean, just right around the corner, Police is about to face one of its biggest opponents ever. I mean, we are talking about Pachuca, and then for the likes of Olympia as well. Those are two big Central American clubs, and you could just relate to it. Look at that Chilenas right there, beautiful Chilenas there by number 8 for Panama. That's that was a lovely. That was Joel Moreno with that beautiful Chilenas there. Uh, just a while ago, you could see the replay here. Number 7 faltered and that taking out that ball well, and that was an opportunity right there as number 8 struck for that beautiful bicycle kick there. That's known as a Chilenas. They are famous for beating any goalkeeper. As here comes Panama once again as they are mounting this heavy attack here. They are trying to get around. Big kick there by the defense there, who just a while ago scored that goal. That's Joel Moreno coming from out of the back zone there. Brings that ball down, brings that ball inside the center. That's number 10, and it's going to be picked up easily by the goalkeeper. That's Jesus Olmedo.
What you can see from the both teams that is on the pitch, you can see that they're in a well-structured program. They're putting their touches together, and they know what they want to do when they have possession of the ball, and that's the beauty about Central America, and we like to see Belize fall into the same gap. Because talking to some of the coaches from the other teams, I had the opportunity of speaking to some of them, and what they're saying is that the Belizean player, they are very, very strong. They are very athletic, but they do not have the fundamental, and they would want to work with the kids from Belize. That's what they're saying because they see the talent and the potential in the kids from Belize, and they like the strength of the kids from Belize.
Yeah, I mean, Belizeans on a whole is just a bunch of talented people. No? We are a bunch of talented people, but we are lacking the correct facilities, and it's like going to bake a cake and we are short of the ingredients. We're short of that taste. We don't have it due to the lack of the finance. That because some of these sports here they require certain financial stability for us to excel, for us to forward, and look like we don't know how to go about to garner these support and make it sustainable so that it grow.
Now, what I love about the format or the structure that this U12 and how the Codicader committee structured it, you see it's a smaller playing field. It's only 7 players. But what does this do for the players? It gives them a smaller proximity so that they develop good ball handling skills, quick mind thinking. You know, in Belize we play our Mundialito, but what will we play on? We play on a full-fledged field.
Yeah,
We play the entire length of a field. I would like to see that we break down our Mundialito into something of this nature for the under 12 youths to give them the skill how to control the ball in a small proximity. Where do you think Messi got the skill ability that he have when it comes to controlling a ball? Messi start with this same sort of proximity that we are looking at, and today makes him one of the world's greatest player because of the dimension. So these kids, playing in this dimension, it makes them, like I mentioned, very skillful and they're quick-minded thinking kids.
well, I believe the mentality and the reason for this way is for proper introduction to football. I mean, this is the way you get children introduced into a proper how football is being played, controlling, using your quick thinking, like you mentioned before. And this is what we should start from. You cannot just throw it right away. You need to learn how to creep before you walk and then run. And this is the perfect example of a proper way to introduce football for a child to learn and love the game.
Putting the kids on the big field, if I could use that word. By the time they get from one half of the field to the next half, they are gasted. They do not have the endurance to maintain the regular FIFA standard size feel of playing on that. So playing in this proximity, they are playing at their full potential at the age of 12.
Yes, yes, that's true. And this is certainly a very good game going on right now. You could see
The coach
that,
of the Panamanian team,
yes, the Salvadorian team is really trying to get on the scoreboard to find the equalizer, but there's tough defense at the back for Panama as goalkeeper Jose Martinez almost mishandled
a
that
little bit
ball
of
there,
excitement.
and he clears that ball out into the zone, headed out there by the defense as it's picked up here by beautiful pass inside. You could see the structured play there inside, And number 11, he has struck for goal. That's Gabriel Aguilar for Salvador. I mean, he is a very talented young man. I saw him yesterday play, and he scored about 2 goals as well. And that little fellow knows how to place a ball. He has a technique on how to put it across to find the open player, like I just saw a while ago. Here comes Panama on the line, trying to get around. It's defended well here. Number 5 trying to beat, but the defense holds up his ground very good on the left hand side. You see them playing that ball on the line with some sharp touches. Panama still in control, but it's taken away now as Salvador goes into offense. Here comes number 11, Gabriel, and that was just a bit too weak as it was intercepted there by the defense. Here comes a fan, number 23, rides up ball on the line. He makes a beautiful step over there, but the defense is tough and hot on his trails as they clear the ball out on zone. Ball now be controlled there once again by the defense for Panama. El Salvador still relentless, trying to get on the offense. Beautiful push there. They wanted a foul there, but it's going to be a throw in favor of Panama. Here comes El Salvador. Number 7, beautiful feint there with the body movement as number 23 for Salvador controls that Sebastian Martinez. Big clearance once again by the sweeper there who's doing a heck of a job at the back there inside the defensive zone for Panama. Comes number 11, he tried to pull a right away and we back to the doors right away shot. Yesterday I saw a goal scored and that ball was coming all the way from the other half of the field up in the air. And this forward was just stuck to that play. He had his eyes glued on that ball and he didn't even let that ball fall. He just had the perfect timing and he came down with a right foot strike there, hurting the V, busting up the net. I mean, that was a beautiful goal that was well struck, but it goes back to the training that these children are having.
And we talk about skills, and that's a part of what we was talking about just a while ago. I just want to mention that I spoke to the event coordinator, Mr. David Griffith, who is in charge of the coordination of this event, and he's was telling me that all teams will be giving medal. So with the Codicader at this level, under 12, it's not about first place, second place, third place, or whatever. All the kids that is participating in today's event, countrywide, basketball, football, table tennis, and volleyball will be giving medal. But then again, Salvador, no matter what the outcome of this game is, Salvador will come out as the number 1 team in this year's 21st under 12 Codicader football competition. Salvador, no matter if they lose this game, they will come out as the number 1 seeded team because they haven't lost a game for the entire tournament.
Yeah, I mean, this Salvador contingent seem to have come out very tough way because I managed to get a glimpse of the basketball games as well, and these teams come out really well disciplined. They come out with their tactics and look like they relate to the rules of the game because in order for you to bring a team, you need to relate to the rules of the game of the games. And it seems as if our Belize team as well, they were caught unawares because they were not really familiar with the rules of the tournament. So even that plays into the factor of how good you are going to represent yourself. Um, in the basketball games, I saw them come out. They had set players. They were also a bigger team than the rest of the teams as well. So they brought size to the table as well. And today you could see them. They have come out to play, and that is what I like about them because they are motivated. Before these guys come out onto the pitch, you could hear them screaming out their country's name, and that's as well part of the patriotism which we need to instill into our
This young
children
man on the
here.
screen for Panama that was on the screen just a while ago, number 11, he is one of the most dangerous youth out there for Panama.
Yeah, that's Rafael Mosquera, really.
Very, very talented youth as we go into the second 12 minutes of play here with Panama leading by a score of 1-0. They struck in the first 12 minutes of play. As we mentioned to you at the outset of our broadcast that these kids, they're playing 4 12 minutes quarter. So that's a total of 48 minutes, but it's running time. So
Yes,
they're playing in quarters, not in halves.
and they have started the second quarter as Salvador turns around. trying to get inside the center. Beautiful control. He tries to pull a left footer, but it went off high and wide. That was Adrian Zabane.
That's going to be a corner
It
for
deflected.
El Salvador.
Here comes the corner kick. Headed down there, but he just couldn't get that header down. Beautiful corner kick. You saw him go to that second post. It was a set play there, but he just couldn't get the header down. And Panama was saved there a while ago. Goal kick for Panama. Goalkeeper with the long kick up in the center. It's being brought down there by number 11. That's Rafael Mosquera. Taken away there by El Salvador. Beautiful drill there. He wanted to do too much, and that ball came off the pitch, and it's going to be a throw-in in favor for Panama.
And it's a big rivalry that we are looking at right now between Panama and El Salvador, you know. This is a huge rivalry. And what the coordinator was telling me that the parents, they're the one that is driving the rivalry still here. The coordinator, they're trying to get the youths to be very friendly, says the coordination between Panama and El Salvador over the days that they have been staying together is not a friendly atmosphere even between the kids, but it all stems down from the people, the entourage that travel with these kids that is here in Belize, that they are carrying on that rivalry between Honduras and El Salvador.
Yes, these fan bases from out of these Central American countries where they are really hyped up, they are aggressive, some of them, and they are really rooting for their teams. I was sitting at one of the basketball games between El Salvador and Honduras, and the way the parents, like you mentioned, really drove their kids, and when one team was screaming for their country, Salvador, the other team, was screaming back for Honduras even harder, and that was the way it was between them. So when it was Belize's turn to play, it was like everybody was silent in the stadium. I mean, I had my children with me and so forth, so I had to show them the example that you need to support your team. So I was screaming out for Belize, and everybody was looking at me like I was the odd man out, or you must be crazy, only you is screaming for Belize. And I had several other people there, but what I'm driving it is that you need to instill that patriotism and love for country. Only so you will be able to progress in whatever discipline you desire to take up. Here comes El Salvador with the ball. Centers across the line. It's too far, and it's going to go off the field of play. And right now, like you mentioned, this game is really playing up to its tempo. Both teams are aggressing. You could see the Salvador team now, they are looking for that equalizer, but they're tough defending down at the back line there for Panama. As Joel Moreno, number 8, the guy who scored that Chilena, is there. He's holding fourth down for Panama right now. Throw in favor for Panama.
We would have loved to see Costa Rica brought in all their athletes. They're only feeling volleyball in this year's Codicader games. So, you know, because we know that Costa Rica is a powerhouse in Central America when it comes to football, so it would have been very interesting to see what they would have fielded in football and basketball.
Yeah, I don't doubt it for a minute. I mean, that would have definitely been a very good team, because you can see what Salvador has brought, and they as well have their football going for them right now. Panama again, you could see what structure Panama has come to. And number 7, Edwin Santana, shields off the young player there. And you could see these guys using their body as well. They teach them how to shield the ball. And everything that contains for football, they learn the foundation.
This Salvador team that is on the field, they gave Belize 6-1 in the match between Belize and El Salvador. But I like talking to the coach, Mr. John George of the Belize team. He's saying that the structure of the way it is played under Codicader is something new to Belize, and you know it's in the adapting stage, and how quick can you get the kids to adapt to this structure. That was something that they had to deal with. Yesterday we saw Belize drew with Honduras. I think it was Honduras. They drew with Honduras 2-2. So we see that we have been making the adjustment as the tournament goes on. And what I can tell you that in the second game where Belize will be playing, Belize will be going up against Nicaragua in the second game. And then immediately following that, there will be the medal awards. The awards will be given out, and then the closing ceremony of the 21st Codicader Games. Brilliant save by the goalkeeper
Yes, very brilliant save where, as
for
you could
Panama.
see. Yeah, you could see the El Salvador team.
He hurt his
They are now putting on their pressure. They are applying the pressure that they normally play from, because this team, I've seen them play and they know how to apply pressure. They have come back, because in the game yesterday against Honduras, Honduras they managed to get ahead of them 3-2, but they applied pressure and they came back to win that game 5-4. The Salvador team over Honduras.
goalkeeper from Panama seems to hurt his right hand. See, the gloves is off his hand,
They sprained his
his
leg.
leg.
Yeah, but this Salvador team has that get back. You could see where the players are set up. They love to go to that front post, and they will try that attack. Both times they will try that attack, and if that attack doesn't work, then they go to their alternative where they're going to put it at the second post, because that is the way they played yesterday. So we know what type of I have seen the strategy that they play with, and they come out with that tactic, playing that ball from out of the center, going out to the left forward, and then they play it back into the into the center forward, and from there the center forward is going to put it back to a designated kicker who's going to blast it to the goal. I mean, these guys are really well trained, and that is what we have to bring for our youths as well. So we learn from some of these other countries. We pick up the pieces from there.
It's like I say that the coaches from El Salvador, from Honduras, and from Panama, they're saying that, oh, athletes, they're very strong. At the age of 12, they're very, very strong athletes. It's just that they don't have the fundamental, in them. And if they could adapt and get the fundamental instilled into them, they could be a serious contender in Central America at the U12 level. So they're seeing what we have, and what we have is what they would want.
Yes, definitely. I mean, and not only that, I was told yesterday that we still are not fielding our best players at these games. We have so many other talented players that made the haven't made the list for these games, who should be participating here. Here comes
As Panama
Panama.
is on the attack.
Panama player was brought down there. That was number 11 for Panama, Rafael Mosquera, and he was brought down by the defense. You could see now they're going to step up there. He was brought down there by number 4. That's Jose Maroche. This is a spot kick here for the Panamanian team, as there's a 4-man wall there by El Salvador. Here comes number 7, the man who's going to be in charge for that. That's Juan Castro. Takes a shot. It's deflected off the wall there, and it's going to be picked up quickly there by number 19, who tried to clear the zone. Panama was unable to control well, and it goes off to El Salvador. You could see the concentration on these players' faces, way, that they are really taking it to heart. They are playing out their hearts here at the Isidoro Beaton Stadium, as there was a long shot there by number 6. That's Jaime Herrera. Goalkeeper collects, kicks that ball high up, searching for a forward up on top, but it's headed out there by the Panamanian defense. As I mentioned, that is a very strong line there, as they are playing three defense just above and 1 sweeper at the back. So it's really tough to try and penetrate that wall there. Here comes number 4 for El Salvador, Jose Maroche, for the throw-in. Finds number 12, who tries to volley that ball right inside once again, but goalkeeper was there to make the stop. You could see that was Adrian Zabane. He knew that they was going to push that ball in, and he made his move right to the front of the goal, just at the goalkeeper stopped it. But just showing you the tactics that these teams are bringing.
What, I- what,
These are set plays.
what I like about Salvador is that they attack on the line. They use the right or the left line whenever they are attacking. They do not attack right up the center of the field, and then they swing their ball into the 18-yard box, and that's where they are very, very dangerous.
Yes, look at the quick touches there. I mean, these are quick and accurate touches that is being played. This is a one touch right away. Beat around there by Zabane. Zabane tried to get that ball in, but there's defense down on the line. Quickly picked up there once again. It's going to be picked up by number 11 for Panama. 7 tries to clear that ball out as he pushed that ball high. Here comes Rafael Mosquera trying to get to that one, and he earns his team a corner kick. And let's see what type of play they will be putting here. As you can see, 2 forward down, one is going to go up for the ball.
And on the right-hand side of your screen, what you're watching is Salvador going up against Panama in the female category. So you see the females on the right-hand side of your screen. That game is being played simultaneously with the male game.
Here comes number 7 trying to get around, but number 8 defends well for Salvador. That was Mateas. Over to Zabane. Zamare intercepted there. It's quickly picked up there by number 10, who kicked right into a chap there. And there's good defense there as the ball is being moved from left to right. Here comes Mateas over to Zabane. Zabane finding number 10. He makes a feint, shoots, and it's picked up by Zabane, but goalkeeper comes out to make the stupendous stop. Beautiful goalkeeping there by Jesus Olmedo. Jesus Olmedo for Panama.
Yes, Olmedo coming from under the sticks.
Yes, that was a very, very beautiful stop. You could see that he was reading the play by play, and that was very high IQ for goalkeeping.
That's the end of the first half, 2 12-minute quarter. So what we'll do, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we will have the second and third quarter for you. Panama leading in this one by a score of 1-0. We'll be right back.
The national channel TNC 10 brings you Codicader 2016. 5 days of keen competition in football, basketball, table tennis, and volleyball. Youth athletes from across Central America are coming to Belize for the primary school level regional games. Catch live coverage in full high definition on TNC 10, beginning with the opening ceremonies on Thursday, July 7th, and daily matches featuring Team Belize. Participating countries include El Salvador, Panama, Honduras, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and host country Belize. Codicader 2016, live on TNC 10. Wondering what it feels like to be in the clouds? Then let's go on an exciting tour and experience a great new adventure. TNH Tours Belize offers a variety of horseback riding combined with caving, canoeing, and personalized tours. Enjoy pristine jungle canopies, caves, and magnificent views. Tour safely with our licensed tour guides and professional horsemen. For a memorable tour in the heart of Belize's natural heritage, come to TNH Tours. For more information, contact us at tnhtoursbelize.com or call 667-8884 or 600-1293. Thanks for choosing TNH Tours Belize. If you would like to become a sponsor of any of our programs, including live broadcasts, sporting events, the news, the garden show, and others, call the TNC 10 office during normal working hours, or you can reach us at any time via email. TNC 10, taking television in Belize to the next level, offering full high-definition programming seen nowhere else in Belize.
Who said that deals only happen once a year or only on special occasions? Walk into any one of our central TV and internet offices to get free installation, free modems, and free MyTV subscriptions. Visit us whether you're in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio, or Benque, or give us a call toll-free at 0800 Cable TV. Central TV and Internet. Bundle and save.
Bundle and save. Central TV and Internet.
Are you always on the go? Tired of missing your favorite games while they're actually being played? Watch your games and sporting events live with Central TV and Internet's incredible MyTV. Simply log on to www.mitv.bz to get easy access to 25 channels, no matter where you are. With Central TV and Internet's MyTV, you're always in the game.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Rain. I'd like to tell you about the biggest thing that hit the local real estate market, the Belize Real Estate Show. Whether you are a real estate agent or property owner looking to rent or sell your property, the Belize Real Estate Show can help. We offer high-quality production with stunning slideshows, voiceovers, cinematic videos, and even an extended walkthrough hosted by yours truly. Call the number on your screen and allow all our viewers to dream of renting or owning your property.
Mr. Johnson, call on line 2, please. Mr. Johnson, call on line 2.
Lirola yatina ubao Lirola yatina ubao Ai liron la le de veyo le weton la voiture raté Ai liron la le de veyo le weton la voiture raté Ai liron la le de veyo yo de nous ya mugali dans le pays papa Ai liron la le de veyo yo de nous ya mugali dans le pays papa Kanye no goyame Abani sanuri tuni buganya Roga no goyame Tuni nuar gumania Oh Lirola yatina uba oh Lirola yatina uba oh Veio, Luiz não lá foi de rateio. Ai, li não lá do veio, Luiz não lá foi de rateio. Ai, li não lá do veio, eu não ia mugar, li não lu bem que babá. Ai, li não lá do veio, eu não ia mugar. Don't look baby baba Kanye no guyame Abani sanuri tuni buganya Aroga no guyame mania, oh, little lie, yadina uba, oh, little lie, yadina uba, oh, Habani sanuri tuni buganya, roga ndugu yame, tuni nuwa ndugu mania, oh, lirola ya dina uba, oh, lirola ya dina uba, oh, lirola ya dina uba, oh,
Would you like to know more about the flora and fauna of Belize? Do you enjoy gardening and need some tips? Then tune in to The Garden Show with Belize Botanic Gardens every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, only on the National Channel.
The national channel TNC 10 brings you Codicader 2016. 5 days of keen competition in football, basketball, table tennis, and volleyball. Youth athletes from across Central America are coming to Belize for the primary school level regional games. Catch live coverage in full high definition on TNC 10, beginning with the opening ceremonies on Thursday, July 7th, and daily matches featuring Team Belize. Participating countries include El Salvador, Panama, Honduras, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and host country Belize. Codicader 2016, live on TNC.
As we welcome you back to the Isidoro Beaton Stadium here in Belmopan, we want to say thanks to Bamboo Tea. They're located in the downtown area, San Ignacio. At booth number 3, you can find them there, and they are specialized in smoothies. They make the best smoothies in San Ignacio, and you can also find them in Placencia along the sidewalk, Tipsituna area. You can, whenever you're in Placencia, look for Bamboo Tea, and when you're in San Ignacio in the downtown Welcome Center area at booth number 3, look for Bamboo Tea if you want a delicious smoothie.
That's right, Ray. Something bubblicious to cool it down whenever we are in town.
Bamboo Tea.
Yes, as we await the second half of this ball game to start between El Salvador and Panama. El Salvador dressed up in blue and Panama dressed up in red. And just a while ago we had word that Portugal is the new Euro 2016 champions, Ray.
And that's my team, so I am a champion once again. I am a champion. Portugal did it. They defeated France by a score of 1-0 in the UEFA Euro 2016 Cup.
Yeah, we're writing history for Portugal, as we know that they have been a finalist for 2 times already, and finally they have rewritten their history and they have won a real significant tournament for them. So for the Portuguese, they are really very happy, and I'm sure that they're proud of having achieved such accomplishment.
If my mind served me right, it is the first major tournament that Ronaldo won with his national team.
Yeah, right.
Does that make him the best player in the world? Because they were saying that Messi was the best player in the world. He retired from international play with the Argentine national team. Ronaldo remains with Portugal, and he did it.
So you're saying that he has an extra feather in his cap, Henry?
And that will make him the number 1 player in the world. You hear it first. I'm a die-hard Ronaldo fan.
All right. Well, I leave that to somebody else to take you up on that, because that is a horse of a different color that I won't ride down right now.
So Panama is losing, is winning, Winston, 1-0 against El Salvador here in the Codicader, the 21st Codicader games, and we are watching U12 football between Salvador and Panama. Salvador being the powerhouse in this U12 competition.
Yes, and coming up next as well, we must look out for our team Belize going up against Nicaragua. And we know that, yes, the Belize team is small, but you know, like bird pepper, really burn hot. So this Belize team is tough and ready as well. And we just look out for bigger things for Belize. Like I was going to tell you, Portugal is writing their history. So we also want to get on the map by writing our history. We know that we have a young fellow by the name of Michael Salazar Jr. playing in the MLS with the Montreal team, and
He's a Montreal Explosion, I think that's the name of the team.
yeah, and he had scored 2 goals for and putting his team up. So I mean, he represents Belize as well. So this is the way we want to see Belizeans move forward. And he has been one of the guys as well who had played in the Mundialito in Cayo as well in San Ignacio. So he came up from out of a structured development as well. The only thing and difference is that this is a serious young man who is taking it to the other level for Belize, and that is a very good example for him to set as a youth man to the other youths out there. I mean, you need to be yourself.
He was drafted by Verdes at the age 15, and also a club, top level club in Guatemala had an interest in him at age 15 also. But he was discovered by then the Belize national team coach Ian Murk. I don't know if you remember when Ian Murk was here working with our A national team. He was discovered by Ian Murk, and Ian Murk went back to the States and found a scholarship for him in California, and that's when he departed to California, did his 4 years of college, courtesy of Ian Moore, recognizing the talent and getting him into an institution where he developed, and we are seeing the fruit of the labor now with young Michael Salazar Jr. really representing Belize well and representing his club in Montreal very well. And he got the opportunity because the striker that the position he's playing now got hurt.
Right.
And they called him up from the bench, and he's now representing.
Yes, and that striker is not only just a striker, but he has been a football legend and one of the most feared forward as that Drogba. And he came in for Drogba. Whenever you're a substitute for such a player of high caliber, I mean, the coach must have some kind of strong belief that you have that potential to bring it for the team. But otherwise, these coaches don't play on.
But what amazes me about Michael Salazar, he sat on the bench until his opportunity came. And he's making good of his opportunity, Winston. And that's something that I think all players that sit on a bench, rather than being bickering for playing time, just be ready for when your opportunity comes, and make sure that when you get the opportunity, it will be a tough decision for the coach to take you back off the starting 11.
Yes,
very tough.
Yes, we are totally in agreement with that, because some of our players are really impatient, and whenever they are given that break, like you mentioned, then they have nothing to show for it. We've seen that time and again. Some of them arguing that that one is making mistake on the field, and that one the show coach should have started me, and a whole. I mean, you have to develop yourself. You have to take that self-interest. You don't only come to work out because then it's time to work out, or I am coming to work out because I am still getting paid. I mean, I am still collecting my stipend, so I'm just going to show up to work out. I won't give that 100% because whenever it's game time, I will be left on the bench anyways. And these are some of the shortfalls that our players are having, why we cannot have proper representation at our A level.
I am appealing to our Belizean footballers, let Michael Salazar be an example for you all. Like we mentioned, his opportunity is now being given to him, and he's making a believer out of his coach. He's making his coach believe in him, that I deserve to be out there on the pitch because I can score.
All right, well, back to live action here from the Isidoro Beaton Stadium as Panama leads this one 1-0 over El Salvador. And in the female game, they are both at a stalemate of 1-1. We haven't gotten word if any other goal has scored from the female side, but we know that it's a 1-1 ball game so far between Panama and El Salvador for the females. And for the males here, right now, as you're seeing, Panama has the upper hand with a 1-0 as El Salvador is now on the attack. Here comes number 14.
Number 14 is very dangerous for El Salvador.
Yes,
very dangerous player.
Asael Jovel. He also scored in yesterday's game as well, as he's going to go for the header inside. As you see him calling for the ball there, he's been marked up there by Arturo Brown. Beautiful header inside. Here comes the shot. It's stopped there by number 5 as he clears the zone out for Panama. Control lands there by number 6 for Panama. Finds a beautiful play. That was Jaime Herrera as Number 11 is pushing there. That's Rafael Mosquera. He tried to muscle his way inside, but he was called for the foul. Beautiful show over to number 14. That's Hovel. Putting that ball on the line too long. He couldn't control that ball on time, and it's going to be throwing in favor for the Panamanian team. Here comes Edward Gomez to throw the ball in. He's going to go out long on the line, as that one was intercepted there by El Salvador. Here comes the long shot. Goalkeeper easily collects that one, smothering it easy. You could see him taking his time. He's going to now kick that ball up inside the right hand side there. There was nobody at home for that ball, and El Salvador will recover easily. Here comes El Salvador pushing that ball on the line. It's a give and go, but it was well read there by the defense. Beautiful
Gomez, that kid
tactic
Gomez
there.
is very, very good, Winston.
Yes, Ray. As number 14 still mounts a one-man attack there, but that defender as well, that's number 8 for Panama. I mean, he's doing a hell of a job. That's Joel Moreno, and he was the guy who did the challenges there and got the lone goal so far for the team. Beautiful pass back inside, trying to find that second post, and you could see the shot. Goal! Goal! Juan Castro with the eyes on the ball. Remember I was telling you earlier about the tactics that these guys have. Whenever an air ball would come, he has his eyes glued on that ball, and he strikes with just the right timing. It's all about the correct timing, and it's a brand new ball game from the Isidoro Beaton Stadium. El Salvador has found the equalizer.
As we take a look at this once again, didn't give the ball an opportunity to bounce. It was right out of the air. He picked that one off with precise timing and a right foot blast that hit off the goal post and found the back of the net for that young player there from El Salvador.
That's Juan Castro. I mean, like I mentioned, I was telling you about the skill that these guys have and the way how they learn to kick a ball and how to follow it in the air. I mean, that's very terrific for them at this age level. I mean, what this guy will do whenever he grows up into a teenager.
5 years from now, 17 years old.
These guys, you will remember them that, yeah, we used to see that guy in Codicader, and look at him making a mark for himself in one of the first division teams for these countries, because they scout them and they develop them from this tender age.
Look at the ball control of El Salvador. And a shot. It's going to be a corner kick.
Yeah, goalkeeper couldn't control that one well enough to keep it into play. Here comes El Salvador with 3 men down inside the middle. He centers that one to the second post, a header downside, but it just bounced in front of the goal post line and went over the crossbar. Like I mentioned, it's very dangerous. Remember I told you about El Salvador. They went to the second post this time, and they were wide open because they were looking for the attack to come from the first post. So these guys are really changing up. They are using strategic movements, and for sure they are listening to their coach. You could see a miscommunication a while ago here, as El Salvador seems to find renewed energy and vigor, searching for the go-ahead goal. Referee has stopped the play there, as these young fellows are searching out, wanting to get ahead. So
and you could see them appealing to the coach, to the referee also, like, what's the call? What's the call? You know, they're trained to do these things.
Yeah.
You know, to ask questions at a very young age, to wanting to know, well, what's the call that you made, referee? And we need to see this injected into our young Belizean athletes, because they will one day be the future star of the country of Belize.
Yes, that is so true, because you need to be aware of certain rules. I mean, some of these coaches, they need to learn the rule book as well. You just don't coach. I'm sure that some of these coaches, they go down and they read the rules. They learn what is if there are any adjustments being made to certain FIFA laws or rules. You need to familiarize yourself with these things to be coaches. You can't just come out there and say, all right, I'm going to have a bunch of kids and some balls, and I'm going to be coach, and I'm going to go out there and I'll pick the favorite one, or the one that because his parents has more money than the other one, he's going to get more playing time. I mean, those boyfriend and girlfriend game has to stop here in Belize, and we need to be fair and square across the board.
Exactly, Winston. Well said, as Panama was looking for the go-ahead goal just a while ago, but came up empty.
Another challenge there as it rocketed off the goal line. I mean, you could see them follow it. These guys are keeping their eyes on the ball. They are not blinking. They are fully concentrated. And when they are on the attack, they are on the attack. You could see
As
him
we
look
take
at
a
him.
look at this
He-
once
he
again,
never-
knew exactly where the goal was.
Yes. He never did took his eye off the ball. That was Abdul Mintel. I mean, I just love seeing these guys exert themselves in this way, and we want our guys just like that. I mean, we have young talent here in Belize as well, and all we need to do is give them the proper equipment. We need to start with proper equipment to develop our children, and this is the first start and the way how we want to develop them, by providing them with the needed equipment that the game calls for.
As we are fastly approaching the end of the third quarter here at the Isidoro Beaton Stadium, we want to hope that you're enjoying TNC 10 football at the U12 level in the 21st Codicader games, as we are bringing this one to you live into your living room. Panama is on the attack.
But the
Defended
defense
well.
is sturdy there. That's number 8, Joel Moreno. He's playing a wonderful defense for the team. As here comes Mosquera on the line, beats trying to get around, but the defense already knows him, and he's a marksman there as he is being double teamed down on that line. Goalkeeper picks up the pieces here for El Salvador as he finds out left deep, but it's too deep and it goes off the field of play. Goal kick in favor of Panama.
And that's a set play for El Salvador. That's a set play.
That's a quick counter attack, and here comes Panama clearing that ball deep down, intercepted, but it's recovered well. Here comes Mosquera changing the line, trying to find up, but it's defended well here by El Salvador. Here comes it, pick up the pieces here. Number 12 trying a long shot inside, a pass. The legs was just too short there for number 9 Abdel Mintel, and he couldn't get to that one to create any trouble. Here comes the long play once again. Number 5 trying to go back on top as it's being cleared out there by Edgar Gomez. Another tough defense here for the Panamanian team. A long throw in front of the goal line, picked up here by Mosquera. Beautiful pass quickly down on the line, but it's intercepted well there by the El Salvador defense as he read that one coming. Edward Gomez now. We have Edgar Gomez and Edward Gomez in the lineup for Panama at this time. Long throw. You could see strong arms there. I mean, such a small fellow with a big punch there. That's certainly a lot of muscles to be put there. Shows that he's eating well as well. And some of these little fellas are already on a diet, you know. They have their nutritionists and everything. Yeah.
And that's the end of the third quarter. It's a 1-1 ball game as we go into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they're just
and
going to switch sides.
At the end of every quarter, they put on a brand new 7 on the pitch, as it's 7 aside. And we want to say thanks to Bamboo Tea once again. We are located in the downtown area in San Ignacio at booth number 3, and they also are in Placencia on the sidewalk with Tipsy Tuna, and they specialize in smoothies. So if you're in the San Ignacio area or Placencia area, visit Bamboo Tea for the best smoothies in the country of Belize.
Yeah, I had the opportunity. I mean, I work down at the Welcome Center, and every now and again I purchase one of these drinks from the Bamboo Tea, and every time it's a new flavor for me, man. Always something bubblicious in my mouth, and that is the way sometimes whenever you need a new flavor, and they seem to have some kind of special little bubbles that burst in your mouth with flavors. I mean, that is what I like about it, something unique. So like you mentioned, if you're looking for something to bubble up in your mouth and something delicious, check the Bamboo Tea at the Welcome
Especially
Center.
on a hot day.
Yeah, man.
Bamboo Tea will cool you off.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of
their best smoothies. And once again, they're located at the Welcome Center area there downtown San Ignacio at booth number 3. And if you're in Placencia, on the sidewalk with Tipsy Tuna, you will find Bamboo Tea. We want to we want to say that we appreciate them coming on board with TNC 10 to make it possible for us to bring into your living room the 21st Codicader games, and we're here at the Isidoro Beaton Stadium as you're watching Panama going up against El Salvador.
Yes, and we are getting ready, like you mentioned, this is certainly going to be more intense because the score line remains at 1 apiece, and I know that both of these teams want to win, so they will be pushing very hard inside this last 12 minutes of this second half. You see Panama there, ball is too long to handle as number 8, that's Matias Sebastian. Matias Sebastian with the long throw down on the line. It's headed out there by Joel Moreno, who just was sitting out, and his place had number 5 just a while ago playing that position. So these are goal! Adrian Sabane with the left foot right away from the free throw here, from off the touchline. You could see number 10 headed that ball right on top of the key where the action is. You see, this Salvador team, tactical. This is a tactical unit. I mean, these guys are mercenaries here because they are going to execute that play for you. They have learned it, and they are going to put it and execute that play. This is one team that I've seen execute what they have learned in training.
Sabane right off the first
right
bounce,
off the
wasted no
first
time with a
bounce.
left foot blast to give Salvador a 2-1 lead in the 4th and final quarter.
And this is what makes El Salvador very effective way, because they are going to play whatever strategy or tactics that the coach puts them to play. And sometimes you could see the coach on the sideline. He's giving signals. I mean, these coaches even they have their codes on which attack they are going to play. You could see them. You know that they are going. Some of them, sometimes the children just take a glimpse at the coach, and the coach gives a signal, and the tactic change in the offense. Here comes
Coach is studying the weakness and the strength of his opponent.
Yes, beautiful play there by number 10 once again as he pulls a right foot shot, but goalkeeper was right there to make the stop. And this Salvador team, Miguel Palomo, number 10, is really coming on strong here. He's making a lot of plays here for his team there. You see Palomo finding the right tough tackle, wicked slide there by number 9, Abdel Mindel. And he took out Javier Olivares without any hesitation just a while ago. I mean, if you're going to foul, you better foul from outside. You could see Mintel just a while ago. He was at full extension for that one and brought down the other player there for El Salvador. El Salvador now with the free kick. And he's going to throw this one long as number 19 is up in the attacking zone. There's 2 attackers there. He centers that ball high just over the goal line, over the goal post, and it's going to be goal kick in favor of Panama. So Salvador leading this one 2-1 here from the Isidoro Beaton Stadium as Panama now search for the equalizer. They have their backs to the wall now, and as time flies, the time remains a heavy factor here as the hourglass, the sands in the hourglass trickles very fast inside these last quarters. Where here comes number 10 for Panama. That's Edward Gomez. Center throws that ball deep down inside, but there was nobody there to try and get to that one. Too much defense for El Salvador at the back there as they try to push that long counter up front. Goalkeeper pushes that ball deep down back. It's recovered here. It's taken away there by Panama. Still recovers that ball. He shoots on a chap there as the goalkeeper follows and has his eyes on the ball to collect the prize.
Panama looking for the equalizer.
And
Panama struck first, and El Salvador came back with 2 goals of their own to take the lead 2-1.
Yes, like I mentioned, this is a comeback team. This Salvador team. Yesterday it was the same way they went up when they were going up against Honduras. Honduras took a jump on them 3-2. They came back and they equalized. Honduras went up on them again 4-3. and then they came back and put the equalizer and got the winning goal to win the game 5-4 against Honduras. So this Salvador team is no joke. I mean, they are really playing their hearts out today, and they have come to play in this Codicader games. Here comes a long kick there by Panama, trying to look out for number 9. It was halted there, now picked up here by number 10 that's Gomez for El Salvador. That's Palomo. He still recovers, pushing the ball up on top, and you could see the guy coming from the back who has an open break for the shot. And I wish that I would see some of our semi-pro teams develop an attack like that. I mean, I have been looking at a lot of semi-pro games over the past season where I haven't really seen something come out from one of the teams that say, well, that's a structure attack that is very effective, that is going to work for them time and time again. They just seem to play off the opportunity.
Yesterday I saw quite a number of the Belmopan Bandits players was in the stadium watching these kids perform, and I know that they're in the stadium once again looking at what is going on at the U12 level in the Codicader games. But these kids are exciting to watch. They're very, very exciting. Not only exciting, but very skillful and talented.
Yeah. It's going to be throw-in for Panama.
Zabane.
Zabane, tough fella there. I mean, that left foot,
the leading goal.
that left foot guy is dangerous. Here comes number 19 trying to find inside over to Palomo, but was defended well. Here comes Adrian trying to turn inside. Palomo now recovers, finding Zabane. Zabane open looks over on the left hand side, but it was deflected there by Rodriguez, Jonathan Rodriguez. Throwing in favor for Panama. And these guys are marking up already. That's ball being controlled once again by Zabane as he makes a beautiful Harlan Chalong there, but he was met by too much defender. As you could see, all the Panama players playing down on the defense, and that's going to be hard for them to try and get a goal because they have resorted to playing defense instead of going offensive. So they seem to just want to keep the score line at that 2-1. Maybe they're going to come out. Let's see what they will do. But you have to get goals by pressing. I mean, whenever you are down in the last few moments of the ball game, it's the last quarter, you are down 1. It does not make sense for you to go back and defend. You need to go on the offense.
As they're looking off this set piece for the goal to tie the game. One of the players that really caught my eyes for Belize is number 6, Omania. That little kid stole my heart yesterday. He scored a penalty to equalize the game at 2 apiece for Belize, but he's very, very small, but that kid plays very, very strong. And that's what I like about Omania. And also you have Galdames and Pastrana, who is the motivator on the Belize team. And you'll be seeing them next, going up against Nicaragua, so we want you to stay with us. Don't touch that dial, as we have one more game to bring to you today, and then following the Belize game will be the closing ceremony for football here from the Isidoro Beaton Stadium, as all the different venues. The closing ceremony for basketball will be in Kaya, the closing ceremony for ping pong will be in Belize City, and the closing ceremony for volleyball will be in Orange Walk.
Okay. Well, here you see Panama now. You have 2 guys at the second post here, one on top of the 18-yard line. We await the whistle. Here comes the center across. It's too far, too high. There's nobody at home for that one. And it's a wasted opportunity there by Panama off the set piece. It's going to be a goal kick now in favor of El Salvador. Yeah, and those little guys that you were mentioning, where I believe are the sons of ex-footballers as well, because I believe that little guy is Amilcar Omania's son. Yeah, and that Amilcar Omania, in his days, he was nothing nice. I mean, that was a deadly forward way. I had played against him. And then again, the other guy, Pastrana, he used to play in the first division around here for Las Flores. And I mean, the guy really knew how to handle a ball. I mean, his dad as well used to play. And these guys just come with natural control away. I mean, he was a natural halfway, the guy. I believe he also played with the Bandits a season. I can't quite remember well, but I'm sure that he used to play First Division, and he was a very good halfway. And you see, these little kids, they come with the genes already with them, and with that support, because I'm sure these are parents that give that support to their child. Because yesterday he came around and he came in late because he thought the game was at 9:30. It started at 8:30.
Yeah.
And like he was dying, he was almost practically on his knees to see the replay and catch his son score that goal, you know.
Who also caught my eye was number 9, Dwick.
Yeah.
The son of the Mennonite.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Dwick.
Yeah.
And that kid is playing very good, and I had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Dwick yesterday, and I plead to him to continue, carry on with his son when it comes to football, because his son one day will be a superstar for Belize, and it's not much Mennonite that you find playing football, but this one stands out, this young man, Dwick, and that's the reason why we're telling you this, is because we want you to, if you're home and you're watching, we want you to continue watch and see for yourself what we are talking about.
Yes, and this little guy Dwick, like you're saying, I think his older brother plays in the First Division in San Ignacio as well. Randy Dwick,
and it's a penalty.
Yeah, Randy was deadly as well. Randy is
penalty
also a
against
good
Panama.
goalkeeper. But this
was a
puts
handball
this
in
is
the
gonna
box.
put them in the hole.
And number 8 is not for Panama. He's not pleased with the call. Let's take a look at that.
Joel Moreno.
And it is
Yeah,
a handball.
Yeah, penalty, Ray.
That is a handball, and it's a penalty. Let's see who will step up for El Salvador to take the penalty.
Let's see if this
Is that number 10?
Yeah, let's see if this penalty is going to be clinical as well. I mean, that's Miguel Palomo, and he has been playing well. You see him standing behind that ball already. Miguel Palomo for the penalty, going up against Jesus Olmedo from Panama. Here comes the whistle. Well, with the whistle, goalkeeper moves about, and there goes the whistle. Here comes Palomo. He's looking at a corner. Goal! Goal! Miguel Palomo striking the third goal in from the penalty area against against young goalkeeper, that's Jesus Olmedo from Panama. He read that one, but it was just too far out of reach for him to try and get to that one. And Salvador has established their lead.
And that's the end of the game, folks. Salvador prevailing in this one by a score of 3-1 as they emerge undefeated in this 21st Codicader U12 football competition. Salvador will be coming out as the top team in this year's tournament, and they deserve, as you can see, the cohesiveness between these young players, the way they play with one another, and understanding the game of football. Winston, they demonstrated that today out on the pitch.
Even the celebration is well coordinated. I mean, they have trained. You could see even the celebration is showing that they are clapping in unison. They know what, they are giving their fans thanks. They
go greet their parents.
Yes, right, and they are very elated as well. They are feeling exuberant, definitely. And these players have come out, they have represented their country, and they have participated, but at a competitive level. I mean, they have come out as one of the countries that is really showing their development in sports.
So big congratulations is in order for El Salvador. So what we'll do, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the start of Belize versus Nicaragua for you right here on TNC 10 in collaboration with Central TV and Internet. We'll be right back.